In this video, we're going to design a holder for an iPhone. So let's get started. Let's grab a base C. Let me just pop this scribe here. Let's bevel this. There we go. 3 and make it thin, right? Peachy. Okay. Then we're going to grab a circle or cylinder, make it large. Good. And let's go with B, new body, 3, and make it skinnier. Here we're going to pop an isoparam, so Control R, tab, and we're going to scale this one in. So it's going to be the rotational element, and this could be really kind of a, hovering closer to the ground. It's going to look a bit more technical. Nice. All right. We could actually grab this in the middle here and insert it. And pop this groove a little bit higher. Kind of like this. And that will do. And then we could scale this in a bit. So here we're going to grab this and move it up. Then pop it down and match it. There we go. Nice. All right. Now this external element, we're going to create a connection here. So let's press C and do something like this. And we're going to press 3 and extrude it and match it here. And nuke that. Good. And we're going to combine this. But before we do, let's actually bring it to local view. Select this face, go back, move it all the way here, and match it with this. There you go. And then we're going to combine them, right? So QQ. Okay. Then we're going to grab these two, and bevel them. Like that. Cool. And then let's bring this one closer. In fact, we could match this with this one. There we go. And we're going to run. We're going to run isoparam here. Or you know what we could do? We could run it like this. So let's grab a cylinder. I have a change of plans. Run it all the way here. Press B for new body. Move it up here. And then run a cube from here down. Like this. Of a similar thickness. Press B for new body. And we're going to extrude this one along. And we're going to grab these two. And move them in here. Let me just cut them. So C, left, right, nuke it. And one time. There we go. And then we're going to mirror them. So Alt X and Q, right? Cool. Can merge these two. And we're going to cut this here in the middle. Like this, okay? Cool. And then we're going to bevel this, right? We could also bevel this one. There we go. That works. So let's just make this smaller. Okay. Now, what we need is we need two, kind of like two lines going from here. Where's the tangency here? There we go. One and second one here. So let's run a line here and then another one here. So this is going to be tangent. Let's just extend these. So extend edges. This shouldn't be too too long. Cool. We're gonna nuke that, and we're going to loft them. And in fact, before we loft them, let's actually create a circle here in the middle. So let's grab a 2-point circle and move it here. So G, move it here. So G, Y, and hold Control and snap it. There we go. And then we're going to duplicate it and then Shift D, G, Y, and, you know, pop it somewhere here. And we're going to trim it. So trim these two. And then we're gonna have these two. So let's select, let's select this circle and this one and out offset them. Cool. And we're going to select this entire thing and we're going to extrude it. Let's make this a bit wider. So let's just grab that and just make this wider. Whoa. There we go. That's cool. And where is this circle here? Let's grab this GX or GZ and Shift Q and imprint it. There we go. And we're going to pop this in. It's going to look interesting. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we can mirror this. In fact, before we mirror this, I wonder if I would not like to cut this inside. Yeah, let's scale them towards themselves. So S, V, and Y. Scale them just a little bit. And let's move them closer. So G, V. Move them somewhere here. And the same here, right? So GV. And then we're going to bridge them. So let's just select these two and bridge them. And do the same thing here. Bridge them. Yeah, it's too big. So we're gonna have to make this a bit smaller. So combine them and then S, V, X, and just scale it a bit. Whoa. Let me bring it outside. So G, Y. There we go. And then S, V, and X. There we go. And then C, left, right. That's better. And we're gonna have to cut this one as well. So C and cut this, and then Shift Q and imprint it. Let me just bring it on the other side. Shift Q and imprint it. There we go. And we could just bring it a little bit deeper, just like the other one, right? Cool, and then we can mirror this. So for Alt X, PG. Then we need a similar kind of a mechanism here on the top. So we would need, in fact, what we can do is we could create a plane here. So kind of plane like this at a different angle. Something like this. It's a bit too large. Get it closer. And this one will get mirrored. There we go. Let's just move this on X here. And mirror this. And we're going to loft them. Cool. And then what I want to do is I want to create kind of like a hook here on the bottom. So we could create something like this here, honestly. Then extrude it like this. And simply cut it. So go from the top and just select them both and join them. Run a cut here like this and C and cut it. And then mirror this. Whoops, the other way around. Okay. And definitely bevel these. And honestly, this should be going up a little bit like this, I think, or at least slightly. So maybe at this angle, I think. So Shift D, Y, and snap it here. Select them both and loft them. Then we're going to combine them and run another bevel, right? Cool, and then we can mirror this to the other side. And we can thicken this the other way. So select it and then Shift F, thicken, and thicken this out. Don't make it too vulgar, but it needs to be more or less the same width as the bottom. So as this one, right? Something like this. Let's just move it somewhere here. Okay, how we looking? This should be taller because it's for the iPhone, right? So let me see that. There we go. And obviously we're gonna curve this here. And we're gonna curve it here. Okay. And then we need a hinge in here, right? So let's run a cylinder here in the middle, like this. And we could kind of connect it with this one. So B, and then G and Z. Let me just grab this one and move it a little bit lower. There we go. This one is way too long, so we could probably do something like this. Let's just move it closer. There we go. It's probably too thick. Something like this, and let's just chamfer this and offset it. There we go, and then we're gonna mirror this. Okay, that sounds good. And we could, this could be combined here, as in like welded or something, right? We could even create a slight bevel here. Chordal. There we go. Cool. Now here I would like to create some cuts, but I think I'm gonna do vertical ones. Or maybe some pads, you know, like a one pad here and another one on the other side. So Shift Q and imprint it. That didn't work. Z, there you go. Hang on a second, where is this? Move it here. There we go. Shift Q and imprint it. That's better. And we could do like a pad here, just tiny one, which is gonna be helping with kind of like a non-slippery pad, you know what I mean? Very thin one, right? And we're going to mirror to the other side, so 4 and Q, boom, right? You see that? That looks pretty good. Here in the middle, we could create kind of like a small indentation. It's gonna look pretty cool, I think. There we go. And obviously we will need bevels everywhere. But they could be actually created with, you know, procedurally in Blender, so, right? Yep, before we do that, let's run bevels here. Then let's run bevels here. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna mirror this. So Alt X and boom, right? There we go. And then obviously we need some bolts here, right? So just borrow this and Shift D and then Alt W and then 3 and, you know, let's just thicken this a bit. Maybe make this a little bit wider. It's gonna look more technical. And then create a tiny hole here. There we go. And then simply mirror this. And then bring it to the top. So Shift D, GG, and slap it here. And let me see that. That didn't work. One more time. Shift D, GG. There we go. And this needs to be a bit smaller. Actually, no, it's the same size, right? That's perfect. Alt X. And I need a bevel here. And mirror this. So let's just nuke this one. And mirror this one. Come on. How are we looking? We're looking pretty good. Now we need a bevel here, obviously. And on this one. Tiny one, right? There we go. That looks pretty cool. Let me see that. Well, there you go. Very simple iPhone stand. Looks pretty decent. We could pop an iPhone in here. I mean, do we really need to? We could. So let's grab a cube. I'm gonna eyeball this shit. B. Let me just align this. So 4. Oh, I can't align this. It's at the odd angle. All right. So in this case, you know, the way to do this would be to make this thicker, right? And then, you know, slice this, right? So GG and C left, right. Cut it. And right. This one is a little bit maybe too skinny. Let's make it smaller. There we go. Let's bevel this. Whoa. Let me just pop this down here. So G and pop it down. There we go. And then create some screen here. I'm eyeballing this. I have no idea how iPhone is built. I couldn't give two shits, to be honest. I'm just gonna build some screen, that's it. I use it every day, but I don't really pay attention to how it looks. It's probably protruding too high, but fuck it. And then we're going to pop some... Whoops. let's do it like this. Shift Q and imprint it. There we go. Match it here. And just, you know, run bevels. And Bob's your uncle. And then we need some buttons, right? I think iPhone has some buttons, I think. Honestly, I just use my iPhone to tell people to fuck off and leave me alone when they call me. Okay, G, Y, G, sink it in. I think there are 2 buttons in here, right? There we go. And 1 on the bottom. We could actually grab this one, so Control, select this one, Control D, grab this, and align it here at the bottom to the middle. Can we? I just let's eyeball it. Let's escape this. Select this, H, Alt H, G, V. There we go. And there's your iPhone. Cool, and that's it. So hope you enjoyed the toot. And if you would like to learn more about plasticity and how to use it effectively, then grab our course, The Ultimate Guide to Plasticity, which is going to teach you everything you need to know about this software. We're going to build this amazing spaceship. We're gonna build the exterior, the interior, the landing gear, everything. We're gonna bring it to Blender. We're going to texture it, detail it, render it, you know, and send it to your mom. And the course is indie version friendly. You don't need studio version for it. So again, blenderbros.com/plasticity. Grab the course. And if you would like to learn more tips on plasticity and how I actually use them to model really cool stuff, then watch this video next. I'm going to share with you my 10 favorite tips for this software. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.